session. So I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, another Greg, Director of Ecosystem Partnerships at Attentive. Greg has been managing agency and technology partnerships in e-commerce for over 6 years and 6.5 years, and is currently the Director of Ecosystem Partnerships at Attentive, where he oversees a team that focuses on strategic tech and agency relationships that drive real value for its mutual merchants and continue to make SMS the #1 engagement channel. So I'll hand it over to you, Greg. Again, anyone who has questions, put them in the chat, and hopefully we'll have some time at the end to get through those.
Awesome. Well, thank you. It was quite the nice introduction, and thank you, ShipBob, for having Attentive. We love doing these with ShipBob. So excited to be here. And as you can see by my title slide, what we're really going to focus on today is just looking back at performance from the last 5 to 7 days. So obviously this is a kind of a make or break time of year for a lot of retailers and brands. So really excited to dive into the results and performance from all of the customers on the Attentive side as it pertains to SMS. So let's get started. So as Kirsten mentioned, I'm Greg Bauman. I manage partnerships here at Attentive, and really like to consider ourselves a conversational commerce platform really focused on text message marketing. And as Kirsten said, turning that into a top 3 revenue channel within the first 3 to 6 months. And so hopefully after seeing some of the results today from the last 5 to 7 days, if you're not using SMS, you'll be excited to start considering leveraging it in the future. So really going to touch on a few things today. So first, again, we'll dive into some of the results that we saw from SMS with our clients. Then talk a little bit about some of the trends throughout this Cyber Week period. Go into some planning tips for the remainder of this year, as well as looking into 2023. Obviously, we know it doesn't stop on Cyber Monday. People are still looking to buy gifts and shop during this holiday period. So talk a little bit about how you can leverage SMS for that. And then share some examples of some of our customers who actually some like real-time examples of customers and what they did during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So hope that all works with you guys. All right. So overall, how did brands perform? I think pretty well. So we're really excited. Attentive was able to drive over $1.1 billion in revenue we looked at over 5,000 customers. So over those 5,000 customers driving over $1 billion in revenue. That is huge. We're super excited about that. Also, $81 million in cart abandonment texts alone, as well as driving over 13 million or almost 13 million net new subscribers to our customers' programs. But just to put that in context, we're seeing very steady year-over-year growth with this as well. So that revenue grew 41% from 2021 to 2022. So we're seeing consumers and their behavior really leaning more towards that mobile experience. I think for us, 75% of all e-commerce sales came from the mobile device. So we are definitely in that mobile first era. So really exciting results there. Brands were also eager to kick things off a little bit earlier. So we saw some pretty high engagement even before Black Friday. In aggregate, Attentive sent over 1.6 billion text messages, which is incredible. I know I got a lot of text messages during this period, so I can believe that stat. I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. For the second year running, Sunday was the 3rd most popular day outside of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And so I think one thing that you could take from that is that brands are starting to get in a little bit earlier before the Cyber Monday madness officially starts. That's obviously a very, very competitive time to be sending text messages and getting the attention of these consumers who are subscribing to a lot of brands. So I think we're starting to see some try to get ahead of that curve by sending out text messages on Sunday. Most notably, these are campaign messages that are driving a lot of this as well. But yeah, so overall, 1.5 billion text messages sent. In terms of when people were sending, when brands were sending text messages, so in 2021, 10 a.m. was actually the most popular hour window that brands were sending text messages. This could be from taking advantage of that lunch hour shopping, sending it a little bit in advance and getting them to take advantage of any special offers and sales during their lunch period. 10 a.m. was still a very popular time. It was not the most popular time this year, though. So noon actually surpassed 10 a.m. to become the most popular send time over the cyber week. So again, I think that still goes into really trying to take advantage of people's lunch hour. But as you can also tell, it picked up again in the evening. So really trying to take advantage of um, uh, consumers when they're getting off work and making sure that they're not sending it too late, but they're sending it around that time where they might be more inclined to be shopping, especially after the workday. It's no surprise, Black Friday and Cyber Monday held strong as the top revenue days. But we also saw Saturday and Sunday driving really strong performance as well compared to some of the days prior to Black Friday. As I mentioned, in aggregate, 1.1 million or billion in attributable revenue, and on top of that, the brands who partnered with Attentive actually drove 20% of their total online sales being attributed to SMS marketing. So a fifth of their sales coming from Black Friday, Cyber Monday, coming from SMS. All right, well, let's get into some deeper trends. So just to kick it off, again, performance peaked on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We looked at this from a campaign and an automated message perspective. So just to take a quick step back, when we say campaigns, these are one-time messages that you can send on demand or schedule in advance based on your marketing content calendar, or you're looking to create a sense of urgency to drive revenue in real time. So that's what those messages are outlining. Automated messages, these are going to be more events based. So these messages are going to help you drive ongoing engagement and loyalty by sending personalized messages at critical points in the customer life cycle, like abandoned cart messages, low inventory messages, flash sales, or maybe not flash sales, but like welcome series as well. And so with people willing to shop early and brands opening up their deals earlier and a lot of VIP opportunities, we saw a lot of strong conversion rates and even stronger click-through rates on Saturday after Black Friday. And so one of the things that you might be able to take from that is that consumers were actually taking the time to do the research and browse after they received that text on Friday. But then they came back and continued to shop over the weekend and took advantage of some of those deals. And we did see a slight drop off on Sunday, but of course it picked up again on Cyber Monday. But the conversion rates throughout this entire period were really impressive. Getting up to almost 40% conversion rates on automated messages and up to 10% conversion rates on campaign messages, which just really shows the impact that SMS has had over this 5-day period. So now let's talk about categories. So these were the top 5 categories that shoppers purchased during Cyber Week. Apparel and home and office were the 2 most popular categories purchased. Apparel really blowing it out of the water, driving almost $600 million in attributable revenue over this 5-day period. So incredible performance across the board. But the one thing to keep in mind here is that even with apparel, or even outside of apparel, every category is seeing a very strong gain year over year. So you look at all 5 of these categories and even some of the categories that didn't make this list, you look at the past 3-year performance, every year, the growth is very significant, sometimes even doubling. So regardless of category, we are really seeing SMS become a bigger component of the strategy for a lot of our clients, regardless of category. So the next thing I want to highlight is Concierge. And so for those of you that are not aware of what Concierge is, this is a product that Attentive rolled out earlier this year. It provides personalized human-powered conversations, which help strengthen customer loyalty, scale two-way communications, and help reduce support tickets. And so Attentive is really focused on being that conversational commerce champion. So two-way conversation is such a huge element of SMS, and to be able to power those with human responses, especially during a period with very high buying intent, there's a huge opportunity to drive more sales with this type of product. And during shopping, with time being of the essence for a lot of this, it's super critical, and you can see this in the data. Concierge recorded over 160 million sessions, so this really indicates that subscribers are really focused on reaching out and asking questions. These aren't necessarily support related questions. These are sales related questions that maybe you would ignore normally. So having Concierge be able to reach out and answer some questions about products that customers are interested is huge. Also, when you look at average order value, Concierge saw a 69% lift in average order value when it was involved in the sale. Click-through rates and conversion rates also saw really significant lifts over one-time automated sends. So this really just highlights how valuable prioritizing conversational channels like SMS can be to your overall strategy moving forward. Okay, planning tips. So again, it doesn't stop. We all know it doesn't stop at Cyber Monday. We've still got another month of holiday planning to go. So wanted to take some of this data, some of these trends, and share just 3 simple tips that we think can really help amplify what you're doing with SMS. Starting with number 1, using first and zero-party data to your advantage. So, leveraging that data to refine segments and deliver a personalized experience is really critical to really drive some of that conversion and engagement that you're looking for. Whether that's asking for a birthday or leveraging SMS to understand what types of products they're interested in. Maybe you're a sports apparel or a sporting goods store, and you want to ask your subscribers what they're interested in. Maybe you reply 1 for Nike, reply 2 for Adidas, reply 3 for Puma. But whatever they respond with, you now know if you have any type of offer related to that product or brand. You can send them that personalized message, whether it's a flash sale or low inventory notice. You know that they're interested in those products to begin with, so it helps just continue to create a positive experience for your subscribers. You could also leverage this to try to capture product reviews based on products that they purchased during this period, to be able to try and get some of that user generated content and that zero party data to help drive more conversions down the line. But of course, the more you can pinpoint exactly what your customers want, the more accurate your messaging is going to be. Next thing is maybe they bought during Cyber Week, but it's still very important to keep your new subscribers and customers coming back. So being loyal to a brand means so much more to consumers than just signing up for a VIP program. VIP programs are incredibly important. It's a great vehicle to really drive that loyalty, but there's also the opportunity to build a real emotional connection with your customers through a two-way channel like SMS. And so being able to offer exclusive experiences, early access, personalized perks based on the loyalty program that they're in and the VIP level that they're at can help them come back and become a brand advocate and be more than just a one-time purchaser, getting them to come back for that second, that third purchase. And then also, again, going back to having conversations really can spark a personal connection with the consumer and help your brand stand out. Subscriber or consumers have a lot of programs that they opt into. So it's really important that what you're doing with your program stays top of mind, so they're more likely to engage with that program versus others. And last but certainly not least is now's a good time, even though we're still focused on the holidays, it's a great time to start planning for the new year. This is a good time to really audit some of the existing campaigns and journeys, see what's worked, what needs to be edited, where can you test for improved performance. This is really a great time to key up your end of the year campaigns so that you can start off 2023 very strong. And one thing that Attentive does is we release a yearly calendar. So keep your eye out for that. We should have that by the end of December. This really highlights a ton of important dates, which include tips and strategies. So our 2022 calendar has over 100 key dates where you can think of different unique ideas to leverage text to come up with different custom ways to engage your subscribers. Okay. So with the remaining time, I think I got about 5 minutes. Would love to share some examples of what our customers have done over this period. And I've talked a lot about trends and some of the results. Well, let's see some of the specific examples in action. So, really going to cover 5 different areas where some of our clients had some really cool campaigns, starting with list growth. So one thing I wanted to share is June Shine. They were able to capture valuable customer data from the get-go. So they actually used their sign-up unit to tease their exclusive holiday promotions. They specified the specific sales dates. It created a sense of urgency to encourage customers to sign up for channels and stay tuned. And also because June Shine sells hard kombucha, and the subscribers need to be over 21 in order to sign up. It was a chance for them to ask for their birthday. So in order to subscribe, you got to be over 21. So they asked for that birthday. So not only do they know that they're a legal subscriber from a compliance perspective, they now know their birthday. So if they wanted to do some type of surprise and delight campaign on their actual birthday, they have the ability to do that because of that zero-party data that they captured. Next, more on the VIP and loyalty front. So Sugarfina, sort of a VIP candy company, they rewarded their brand loyalists with a great opportunity to get exclusive VIP discounts and early access to new products during this very crazy Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. So by leveraging that exclusivity and scarcity in their messaging, it really helped emphasize that urgency without needing to necessarily send a discount code to encourage shoppers to come back. So the one great thing about SMS is it's such an immediate channel. We look at our text within the first 5 minutes. So when you are trying to drive urgency, there really isn't a better channel to drive that than with the SMS channel. And I couldn't leave conversational out of this since we've already talked quite a bit. I think this is a really cool, maybe not necessarily sales method of conversation, but being able to personalize campaign based on subscriber goals. So they really use this time as a chance to reach out to their subscribers who might be looking to kickstart new healthy habits and really try to understand, what their goals are, what habits they're trying to kick. And then based on their responses, they're able to take them down a completely personalized journey in terms of how they can try to hit those plans. So when we talk about how you can engage with your customers in a very personalized way and really build that type of emotional connection that they're looking for, really making sure that you care about the goals or the products that they're purchasing from you is a great way to incentivize them to want to come back and purchase from you versus another company. And so being able to have this two-way conversation to really understand what their goals are, and help drive them down the journey to hit those goals, is a really great example of how you can leverage conversational commerce outside of the typical sales methods. So for non-promotional, Apartment 2B, they're a furniture company. They actually used browse abandonment campaigns as a way to re-engage potential shoppers during this Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. So they actually paired their message with their Cyber Monday sale. So incentivizing these high intent subscribers without offering additional discounts, they were just promoting the current sale that they had going on. It was a great way to get them to come back, pick up where they left off, which was on that product page of the piece of furniture that they viewed to continue their shopping experience. And then last, but certainly not least, promotional opportunities. So Spiceology, great spice brand that we work with, really hit on urgency towards the end of their Cyber Monday sale, driving last minute revenue with timely updates. So they sent a final reminder to their subscribers. The festive image added a dash of holiday spirit, boosting sales during a time when subscribers are on the lookout for gifts. And then the link actually took them to their gift shop. So this actually helps subscribers, look in on the gift giving game because they're probably shopping for their family and friends, and giving them curated lists based on personal preferences that they already know about the customers, from the outdoorsman to the beer lover. And so these inspired shoppers had a bunch of different ideas when trying to purchase new products. And a lot of their subscribers are previous purchasers. So they know that there's already intent to purchase again. So really just leveraging that channel to get them to come back and purchase. before their sales finish off. So with that, I'm going to pass it back over to Ship Bob. And if you
Thank
guys have any
you.
questions, please feel free to reach out to us. And thanks again for letting us chat.